Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again with my guy Z-Bot in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn this bitch down because we got business to get to. My guy Z-Bot, we're about 3 to 4 seconds delay. So I'll ask questions. He'll let me know how it feels. So right off the rip, what is the vibe down in New Jersey?
Vibes are high. We're at the Bills tailgate and chilling with the Thigh Doc. I got my main man Bartek right here outside the car window, tuning into us live while simultaneously standing next to me, which is pretty awesome. Got to meet a lot of loyal listeners tonight of BF, which was really cool too. The
Love it.
vibes have been great. We're having a ball down here, as good as they can be, of course, Rico, at MetLife, this absolute dump of a stadium. But most people I'm talking to, Rico, they're nervous about tonight, as am I. So vibes are good, but let's hope they're even better out on the field.
Listen, the last time I did this with you and I was asking you how things were, and you were in the same boat, we were like, the vibes are not so high, and we ended up losing that game. I need something that's going to get my spirits up. What can you tell me that's a silver lining in this game?
And let's hope the Bills aren't as bad as my internet right now either.
Internet's all right. There's a bit of a delay, so I'm going to kind of let you have that. But if you can, what are the vibes as of right now? Give me a silver lining for those that are feeling teetering on and off. Internet is not vibing right now. Maybe we'll probably try to get it back on.
Thank you for those that told me my mic wasn't working. I know Bot wants to get in this. He's in enemy territory. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, it's tough. It's tough for him because he wants to be able to tell me what's going on, but it's spotty out there. So if he comes back, cool. If he doesn't, that's all good with me. But I know you're gonna hold it down. I'm gonna try to get you after the game once the internet is a little better. I know Wifey was in the car with you. The lighting wasn't great. I know she shined her phone on you to kind of give you that light. What a wifey. Now, I noticed you're not wearing a jersey, Bot. I got a problem with that. We said it. Ever since you've been married, the Bills have been on a freaking downslide. And we said, and you said you never wear jerseys to a game. You just don't do it. But yet you own a whole bunch of jerseys. So I told you, I challenged you. Wear a jersey today so we can get that dub, so we can get that vibe going, so we can shake off that 2-game skid. Here he is wearing a sweater. I hope he switches it up and gets us that vibe we've been looking for. But folks, welcome to an edition of the pregame show. I was supposed to be up with my man Z-Bot, but he's out there in enemy territory doing what he does. But here we go. My man said, yo, wait, Rook, I thought you were a Lakers fan. I am a Lakers fan, but I'm in Canada, man. I got to support the Raptors, the local team. How can you not? I'm still a Raptors fan too, baby. Let's go. All right. Here is the deal, folks. First things first. Let's get right to the nitty-gritty and get to the inactives. If you guys have not been paying attention to who's active and who's not inactive, excuse me, let's start with the enemies first. Let's go with the Jets. The Jets right now, according to Dennis Wozniak Jr., he says C.J. Mosley back on the field, one of the team's leaders, one of the team's best defenders, returns to the field. We knew that this Jets defense was solid. They just got even more solid with the addition back onto the field. C.J. Mosley, right tackle Morgan Moses returns. So now they've got a little bit of help, a lot more help on the defense, and some solidifying help on the offensive line. All right, so those two guys return to the Jets, and then obviously defensive tackle Leki Fotu will make his debut today in the defense. Inactive for the Jets. Running back Israel Abanikanda. There we go. Abanikanda out. Malachi Corley, someone that the Jets have been waiting for him to be active. They continue to just deactivate this brother. Why? I have no idea. He is the Swiss Army knife that a lot of offenses would love. And I know a lot of people had Malachi Corley on their draft list when we were in the offseason. So Malachi Corley, yet again, will be inactive for the Jets. Followed by Carter Warren, Max Mitchell, Braden McGregor, Michael Carter II, and Jarek Bernard. Here's the deal, folks. Big addition for C.J. Mosley. CJ Mosley apparently has been out for some time now, and he returns to the field, and that is huge. And on top of that, Hassan Reddick, linebacker / D end Hassan Reddick, has switched his agency. He is now with Drew Rosenhaus, so they're potentially working on a deal that can get him onto the field. So the Jets could strengthen their defense with just those two guys, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about tonight. So CJ Mosley, one of the best defenders on that team, if not the best defender on that team, returns and tackle Mr. Moses. Mr. Morgan Moses returns. All right. So that's what happens with the Jets. Now, here come the inactive list for the Bills. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, James Cook, the biggest name, has been added to the inactive list alongside Mike Edwards. Yet again, returns to the list. I don't see him touching that field unless there's a big time injury. Joe Andreessen has been a nice story. He's been helping out while the linebackers healed up. He's back on the inactive list alongside Eddie Ulufushio, Will Clapp, and defensive tackle Ed Oliver. This is the second game that he will be inactive. Active for tonight at the linebacker position, Nicholas Moreau, Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard, and Balin Spector. Back in the lineup, Taylor Rapp, you will see. Taron Johnson will be back in the lineup, which is a very huge boost for the Bills. So you've got Bernard back, and you got Taron Johnson returning to the defense, excuse me. Now, at the running back position, you'll notice a very familiar name, Frank Gore Jr. Frank Gore Jr. has now been brought up from the practice squad, and he will be active tonight alongside Ray Davis and Ty Johnson, with Reggie Gilliam at the fullback position. Really not much to write home about. The receiver position, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir makes his return, and Mac Hollins alongside Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now, here's the deal when it comes to understanding how to deal with these actives, inactives, and all that good stuff. At the end of the day, folks, the job's got to get done. The job's got to get done. We got to be able to do what we're supposed to do. And at this point, with the return of Khalil Shakir, is it enough of a boost? Will it be enough of a boost in order to get this offense back on track? I mean, we both know offensively the Bills have not been great the last 2 weeks. It's been evident we're not able to connect. Nobody's on the same page. You got head coach saying we're not singing the same song. We're all singing, but we're singing a different song. Nobody is on the same page. So we've got to make sure that we can kind of get that in order. So right now we've got the 3-2 Bills on a 2-game losing skid going up against the 2-3 New York Jets. What do you have happening this game? Well, let's first and foremost get into some numbers here. The Jets are one of the best teams in pressuring. Let's get that off the rip. They are active after the quarterback. They're relentless. They're a very good defense. That's one team that we match up quite well with them, and they match up quite well against us, right? The last few years, you've seen the results. Last year, we split. This year, we'll most likely split yet again. I'm hoping we sweep, but in my opinion, I think we split. I had I guess I wouldn't call it a poll, but I put a tweet up today, or I guess I can still call it a tweet on the app X. And I was wondering how people felt going into this game. And the only thing they could use was a GIF or a GIF, however you guys want to pronounce it. And I'll tell you, a lot of Bills fans don't feel good about this game. They don't feel confident. A lot of this, you know what I got? I got a lot of this. I'm not sure. There's not a lot of confidence. I'm sure there was like a handful of people that were like, I'm pumped, I'm ready to go. There's some folks that were like, I don't feel good at all about this game. There's something about it that just didn't stand out for me. And then you got people right at the middle. And Bod and I had conversations this week. We're talking about who had the most pressure on them. I'm going to say equally, these teams both have a tremendous amount of pressure on them. A tremendous amount. The Jets cannot afford to lose another one. They can't. They're already 2-3 in a very strong AFC that's mumbled jumbled with some good teams in there. This is for the division title. I can't say the title, but this is for the division lead right now. The Bills, by winning, can significantly spread themselves apart from the Jets and keep that lead. A loss to the Jets just messes up everything. That puts the Bills at a 3-game losing streak, something that hasn't happened in a very long time. A very long time. And then now it gets the Jets above the Bills with a conference win over the Bills. Those are things right now that are weighing heavily, that should be weighing heavily both on the Bills and the Jets. So with limited time to kind of get you guys prepped for this game, where are the advantages for the Bills? Where are the advantages for the Bills? That's what it comes down to. Here's the deal. We are on the road. I mean, it's very evident, it's very clear that being on the road, obviously, it's a tough task, but the job's got to get done. The job's got to get done. When you're on the road, you got to handle your business. And we've got some. I guess the best way to put it is there's lack of gelling on this offensive side of the ball now. So insert Khalil Shakir. Khalil Shakir, based on, the game that he missed, it's very evident that this guy is a big piece to this offense. And it was clear that this offense had no semblance of an offense last week. It was Josh had his worst start to a game. Although no interceptions thrown, there was no sync. Nobody was in sync. Nobody was on point. You would think that Joe Brady would have created or put some packages together for their top players, James Cook being one of them, another one being obviously Dalton Kincaid, but that was not the case. It was just a bunch of string of plays being put together. Against a very good defense in the Jets, you can't just put a few string of plays together. You actually have to come and play some really good ball. This Jets defense are going to be absolutely fired up for this game. Why? Their head coach just got fired. The leader of their team, the leader of that defense, just got fired. You think they're trying to go out there and lay a dud? They're going to be fired up at home on Monday night, ready to embarrass the Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a rivalry. This is an absolute rivalry. So the Jets are coming here to play no games. They're going to try to wax that ass in New York. And we've got to make sure that we come out prepared and ready to roll. First things first, the person that I have on my mind right now is Josh Allen. Josh Allen absolutely has to play out of his mind. He has to come out and play out of his mind, because if he doesn't, it's problematic for us. It's absolutely problematic for us. We need Josh Allen to be the Josh Allen that he was, right? This whole everybody eats, you can continue to use that mantra if you want to, but you got to exercise it. And we have not been able to exercise that for the last couple games. And it's been evident. Josh has been playing not great. He's been playing poorly. Although we had an opportunity to win, potentially not lose the way we lost last week, but there was an opportunity for us to go in there and make something happen. And we go out there and lay a dud with 3 straight incompletions, burning no time, giving the ball back to the Texans, and the rest is history. So first things first, how are we going to get over this hump? Josh has to be efficient. Josh absolutely has to be efficient. He has to take what the defense is giving him. Josh turned into the sugar high Josh, right? The one that just wants to fling it downfield. Hate to break it to Josh and the rest of this offense, but Josh does not do well throwing the ball downfield. Let's keep it a buck. Go look at the percentages for yourself, folks. He's not a good deep ball thrower. He's not accurate. He's not accurate down deep. Big old cannon, but has not been accurate throwing the ball beyond 25, 30 yards. He's just not. And it was evident. It's been evident. He's like 1 for 15 for crying aloud. So he's got to be better in that department. So if you're not strong there, you better start hitting your intermediate. And that's where Josh's strengths are. Intermediate receptions by his receivers, but they've got to help him out. You know who's got to start helping him out? Joe freaking Brady. Joe Brady has to be the one to dial up plays that Josh is comfortable with, that Josh likes, that his receivers can comprehend and get down. And they've got to be on the same page. I mean, you got rookie receiver Keon Coleman getting drilled in the head, not turning his head on a hot read, right? Those are the little things that matter. Those are the little things that make a difference in games like what we're going to witness tonight. So that's the one thing that we're going to be really much paying attention to is chemistry and the efficiency of this offense and how we execute, because it's all about execution. And if you're not executing, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water. And I'll tell you right now, The Bills, another key to this game, folks. Josh Allen obviously having to gel with this offense, but we've got to be better on third downs. We are atrocious on third down, folks. I can't stress it enough how bad we are on third downs. I think we're probably one of the worst in the league. Actually the Browns are the worst team offensively for third downs, but folks, we are not good right now. The Bills. I need to tell you what the statistics are, so you guys know I'm not playing around and how dead serious I am. The Bills are just they're just not strong. They're not strong in that department. And let me find where I'm at right now so I can kind of give you that idea. So I know we're in the 30s to 40% completion percentage. You can't do that. You're not giving yourself the time of possession, and B, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to build a rhythm. There's no rhythm. So the Ravens absolutely took that away from us, and it actually continues. It actually continues, and that's where we've got to be a lot better. So the Bills, there we go. So let's take a look at what the Bills are doing on third down offensively to kind of give you an idea of where we're at. So this is where we're sub 30%, we're sub 40%, less than 40% completion percentage. That's not going to cut it in the NFL, folks. And you've got a defense that from the New York Jets that's going to be ready to go. Interior line with Quinnen Williams going to be ready to go. Now they get Sauce Gardner was a little banged up, but he'll be playing. You've got CJ Mosley coming back. Listen, and then if Hassan Reddick comes back later on, that's going to be a matchup that's going to be very problematic for us. So we've got to find our niche. Now, where do we find our niche? Well, what we've been doing quite well this year is running the football. We're pretty good running a team that runs the football. Guess what? James Cook, our leading rusher, is out. In comes Ty Johnson and Ray Davis. I'll be very honest with you. Ty Johnson has been our best runner after James Cook. I thought it would have been Ray Davis. Ray Davis has had his moments, but Ty Johnson has been the overall better back between the two. So you'll see a big dosage of Ty Johnson and Ray Davis. Maybe this might be the game that suits them best between the tackle runners that can get outside if they need to. But this is going to be one of those nitty-gritty games. So interior line are going to have to be on their A's and Q's. I'm telling you, right? Cyborg has got to be better. He's not been good. Folks, O'Cyrus Torrence has not been good at the right side. I'll be real with you. And that's someone that I'm going to be watching heavily today is O'Cyrus Torrence, right? Move to the left side. Dion Dawkins, right? The left side of the line with David Edwards. We've got to be a fortifying line. These last 2 weeks have shown that we've allowed too many pressures, and which got Josh banged up. Most people were talking about, oh, he's got a concussion, this, that, and the third. It ended up being something else, winded, whatever you want to call it. But the fact of the matter is this: Josh was under duress. Josh was under duress a lot during last game, and we just can't have that happen this week. So this is where we're going to have to lean on the run game. But leaning on the run game, you've got to trust your O-line. They've got to gel. So this is what we're gonna need to set the pace and set the tone by running the football. We've got some guys that can run between the tackles. We've got some bruisers. So there's a lot of north-south runners. This is the type of ball-carrying running backs that we need. And you know what? I'll throw Frank Gore Jr. in there. He might get a couple touches. You just never know. North-south runners is probably what we're going to need in this type of matchup. Don't expect 30-plus points from both teams. I'll be shocked if there's 30-plus points. So we'll see how that all shakes out in the end. But folks, those are the keys to this game, man. Establishing your run, but a nitty-gritty run, right? You don't want to take the ball out of Josh's hands, but you also want to allow your offense to establish a run game. We got to. And the type of runners that we have, I think we'll be all right. So that being said, I think we're all right. So let's go back to the offense side of the ball. And this is where I'm emphasizing a lot on the offense because offense just hasn't been what we've needed to be the last couple games. Let's be real with each other. We all know that. It has not been how we perceive this team the first 3 weeks. The first 3 weeks, ball's moving around to everybody. But you know what? This is the NFL. We start to see trends. They start to see things that you're accustomed to, so they take it away. So it's up to your offensive coordinator to find ways to get the ball in your playmakers' hands. And now I go to one of my other points is Joe Brady. Joe Brady has to be somebody that steps up. I mean, you saw a great display from offensive coordinator Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions. Everybody was raving about that offensive coordinator, how he's innovative and finding ways to get the ball to his guys and creating something for his guys. I mean, you had a double reverse pass to Sam Laporta, right? And I'm sure Brady has something tucked into his bag. He's done it before, just a bad timing. But you're getting guys the ball. Kincaid is too good a weapon for him not to be heavily involved. Travis Kelce is 35 years of age. But Andy Reid found a way to get him involved. And if he's involved, the rest of the offense flows. Because now you've got to pay attention to Dalton Kincaid. Like they had to pay attention to Travis Kelce. It's evident. It's clear. So my challenge now to the offense, forget about Joe Brady now, because he already has his own things he's got to get together. We all know he's got to, because heads will roll if he's got a third straight game that he doesn't do well. But that's a whole different ballgame. But in this case, who steps up for Josh? That's what it comes down to. We all know Josh is an absolute dog. He is a dog. Well, who's going to step up for the leader of your team? Shakir is gutting it out right now with a busted ankle. He's going to try to make it work. How much is he going to contribute? Is he coming back too soon? Will he be a shell of himself? But the point of this is there's a trust factor there with him being on the field, but somebody else has to step up. And I need it to be Dalton Kincaid. I need it to be. There's got to be something that steps up with Dalton Kincaid, and then I need to see something from Curtis Samuel. The whole offense needs to step up. They really need to step up. This game is a big one. I'm uneasy about this game. I'll keep it 100, man. I'm uneasy. I'm not, go get them and rah, because I know we have our deficiencies. We have some deficiencies on this offense and defense, and we got to get rolling. Now let's move over to the defensive side of the ball. So Javon Solomon, yet again, we'll get another opportunity to get a lot of playing time. Obviously, Von Miller is dealing with a suspension, so we're not going to see him for another 2 weeks. So the defensive side of the ball, Dwayne Carter absolutely stepped up last week. He had an absolutely solid game. So I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more Dwayne Carter in this alongside Daquan Jones. Greg Rousseau, we're going to have to deal with this run game. We're going to have to deal with this run game of the Jets. Now, this defense has the potential to be solid. Coach McDermott, 2 weeks straight, taking an L. I know him and Bobby Babich are going to make sure this defense is focused and ready to go. We need to make Aaron Rodgers look like the 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. We can't have him turning the clock back and looking like he's a 32-year-old Aaron Rodgers. We can't have that. We want him to look like the old man. We want to rush him. We want him to not get busy. Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Conklin, and you got the two big-time runners in Braylon Allen, and obviously the big-time back, Breece Hall. So defensively, if you got to choose your poison. Now, no longer is Nate Hackett calling plays. He's been demoted right before it's weird, because you fire the coach for making such a move, allegedly, and you stick with the move, and now you're going with Todd Downing. Todd Downing is a run mentality first coach. This would be a heck of a game to get the run game going if I'm a Jets fan. I'd love to see us run the football, because right now the Bills aren't very good at stopping the run. We are bottom 10 team. I think we're seventh worst rush defending team, allowing 144 yards rushing. The Jets, on the other hand, are not very good at running the football. But this would be the game. This would be the game for the Jets to absolutely go off, because now you don't have Nate Hackett calling plays. You have a different mentality coach that actually believes in the run game, and you got two dogs that are back there. Now, when the Bills get susceptible to taking on big runs of allowing 6-yard run here, 9-yard run here, that's a recipe for disaster. So we got to mind our gaps. Gap integrity is the biggest thing that we've got to do defensively, and neutralize that run. Make them show up as the worst running team, and now make the 40-year-old Rodgers try to win that game with his arm. His arm is not the same as it used to be. Obviously, he's older. It's no shot at Aaron Rodgers, but he's not the same type of player. He's not playing well this year, and we need to make this game one that he he continues to slide down into oblivion. It's just what it's got to be, straight up and down. So, folks, if we think we're going to roll over these Jets, think twice, because they're going to bring it. They're absolutely going to bring it, and we've got to find our opportunities. And right now, it's got to be in the middle of the field. It has to be. Sauce Gardner is a lockdown corner. Y'all can get on his ass because he holds and he does this, he does that. We know we don't have, the type of receivers on the outside that can make big plays. Unless I'm shocked today, just can't see it happening. So where do we win? Where's our advantage? Middle of the freaking field. We've got to. This is where Kincaid has to be massive in this game. But guess what? CJ Mosley's back. You got a general on the field. So that is where it's a big game of chess. It's a big game of chess. And this is one of those games. Listen, Josh does not have turnover this year and throw an interception. He's one of the best in the league right now and not throwing in your interceptions. If Josh gets to a point where he's like, yo, F it, we could see old Josh, but with old Josh comes turnovers. That's just what it is, folks. So what kind of Josh Allen are we going to take on today against these Jets? The careful, methodical Josh that takes what the defense is giving him, or the one that takes chances? And sometimes no risk it, no biscuit. And sometimes you just got to, there's some risk that you got to take, but with those risks come turnovers. And we've been really, really good with not turning the ball over. This year alone, Josh Allen, he's got eight passing touchdowns with 0 interceptions. And we'll take that. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. So where are the advantages? We've got to make them respect our run game. If we make them respect our run game, they'll bring more into the box. And now we can try to exploit these guys on the outside. Josh, unfortunately, is going to have to be a big part of this defense because I think they do play quite a bit of man. So when those DBs turn their back, Josh has got to go. Josh has got to he's got to be the old Josh. He can't be the Josh that doesn't. And most folks are going to say, well, Josh, we can't afford Josh to get hurt. Well, we also can't afford another loss of Josh being shy and not wanting to take off and being careful. And I get it. You got to be careful, but golly, there's a lot riding on this game. There's a lot riding on this game, and that's what we're going to need. So in your opinion, chat, what stands out to you that either needs to happen, that we need to take, that we need to exercise more, what we need to watch out for with these Jets? If there are any Jets fans watching here, are you guys worried? Or is this a stressful game for you guys? You guys let me know, sound off in the chat. So let's get into, we're about half hour away from the game, give or take. If you guys have not followed or liked this channel right now, do me a favor, smash that like, whether you're a Bills fan or not, smash that like, subscribe to the channel. And right after this, we got my man P Money that's going to be doing a live session. So join him. I'm hoping that shots are taken left, right, center, because that means we're scoring. If there are no shots and my guy's sober, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. So you guys let me know how you feel, guys, in the chat, and we'll go from there. So as we get into the stats and what stands out, I see that it's flickering. There's a bad storm. Here's the thing. We got a bad storm around here, and my light's been flickering, and I hope this game doesn't go where I got no care. Oh, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. But anyway, this is the type of game that we playing with now. Anyway, let me keep it pushing, folks. So this offense, the last 2 games, we know that we haven't been well. We have not been playing well. And this is where obviously Joe Brady's going to be a big piece. Predictions. I need predictions. And I'm not talking about score predictions. I want your hot takes. I want your bold takes. And then I want your score predictions. Score predictions come to the end. So bold take. Hashtag bold take. You guys let me know what your bold take is. Hashtag hot take. If you have a hot take, if you think that what's going to happen, good or bad, you guys let me know. And lastly, score predictions. If you have any score predictions, obviously throw your score predictions in there. Let me see here. Ray Davis out of the backfield. Listen, Ray Davis is a solid back. He can catch, he can block, and he can definitely run between the tackles. This is an ideal game from a big bruiser type back. Love this type of game from him. Ty Johnson can catch out of the backfield, William blocker, and has enough speed to get out of there. So you got a really good 1-2 punch between these two. James Cook obviously would have been nice because he gives you that element of speed, but we don't get these with these two guys here. So this is where we're gonna have to see what we got here, man. Sword Brother says, yo, Ray Davis 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. If Ray Davis runs for 100 yards, that means good things happen today. Good things happen today. I'm looking forward to it. Knox and Kincaid get a touchdown, my bold prediction. So here I like that. I'm going to keep this up. So here's the one thing that I'm looking at right now. We haven't been able to do very well, throwing the football in the last 2 games. It's been rough. And we both know that. Why not start to introduce, Kincaid and Dalton. Kincaid and Dawson. If it's not working, you know what I'm saying, with outside and you don't trust the guys that you have on the outside, all right, 12 personnel. Right? Get big. You start to use these athletes, you might as well start to try to figure something out. It limits Khalil Shakir on the field if he's really bagged up. So we start seeing more over 12 personnel this game. Could that be something that we do? It might be slow things down, put points on the board, and try to make Aaron Rodgers beat you with his arm. But we've got to be able to stay on the field. That's the biggest one. Staying on the field is going to be big. Time of possession is going to be massive. And if we are not able to do that, that's absolutely problematic for us. So I like this, Knox and Kincaid. And if they are on the field, I'd love to see these boys somehow get an opportunity to run some 12 personnel. This is where, Dorsey has to come in and try to make something happen here. And here's another thing. What needs to happen too is we need to convert on our third downs. When I was telling you guys, I wasn't joking. Dude, we're at a 32% completion percentage on third downs. 32%. That's god awful. Listen, I'm looking at what opponents are doing. They're converting on 43% of their third downs. So defensively, we've got to be a little better. And offensively, we're putrid. We're 18 for 56 attempts. You can't win many games like this, man. You really can't. You got to start putting points on the board. Although we are 7 for 7 on fourth downs, there are sometimes coach will say, "Nah, punt that thing," which sometimes I'm baffled and puzzled by it. But we'll see how it all plays out. So let me get some of the stuff you guys are saying right now and get you guys in here. Patrick G Mafia, what's up, man? He goes, Ty scores against his old team. I can totally see it. Joshua Rizzo, what's up, JR? Bold take. Curtis Samuel has 100 total yards and Bills win 24-14. Boy, would I love to see a breakout from Curtis Samuel. I just don't see it happening. If they open it up for him to do better, like more things other than relegated to a screen receiver, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be pissed off and we're going to deserve to lose if we go and do the same game plan we had the last 2 games when it comes to Curtis Samuel. Find a way to get this guy in space. That's his strength. Get him in space. Hook here, a slant there. Like, get this man in space, man. He's got the speed to get separation. Get him in space. Man, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. So, bold take, I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Augustin Sanabria, 21-17 Jets. Let's go. All right. I like that. 21-17 Bills. Let's do it. Bills roll 35-6. Boy, would I love to see that. Dawson Knox with the TD. Not only if Dawson Knox gets a TD, I'd like to be, if we're going to do it, get Dawson Knox involved because he's been the consummate professional. Not a peep from Dawson Knox. Although he understands his role as the backup tight end, he's tight end number 2. But we also have packages that you can get those 2 guys in there. So depending on how we see things, let's roll. What's up, Kim? Kim says, Groot with 2 sacks. I could totally see it. Dorian Williams with 12 tackles, 1,000. Bro, this guy's a tackling machine. He's a tackling machine. Namdi, Torrance gets benched. Oh, man. I'm going to tell you something, folks. Pay attention today to O'Cyrus Torrence. O'Cyrus Torrence has not been playing well. I'm not saying he's buns, but he's certainly not one guy that you're like, man, O'Cyrus Torrence is over there, we good. No, you worry about O'Cyrus Torrence. He's slow. He's strong, but he's slow. Choppy feet. He's got slow feet. And That's problematic, man. And your hands are slow, bruh. If he locks you in, you good. You're golden. But you got space and you got enough time to do moves on him. It's a wrap. And that's what Josh, the pocket collapses, and Josh is now running for his life. I'm saying, man. CJ Mosley is in coverage tonight. Kincaid 7 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Kincaid, I can't stress it enough. There are tight ends in this game that even the Saints value their backup quarterback / running back / tight end. They value freaking that dude over there, man. Like, why is it that we can't get our act together? It's disheartening, man. Like, look, the 49ers they got no CMC. They got George Kittle, and they make sure they get the ball to George Kittle. You got Brandon Ayuk. You got Deebo Samuel. Get the ball to your players, man. And that's where Joe Brady comes in. You got to create something, and Josh has to execute. Now, before I get out of here, and we got a little time, so I can mess around. Brother, Dominus, 32% is what we're doing on third downs. We're not good on third downs. Two things is happening. A, third and longs, we're not doing well. And when you're in third and long, you need a receiving core that can get separation and get open, get the easy stuff, so we can keep the chains moving. Third and short, we're not getting ourselves in those positions enough. So we're finding ourselves in third 7, third 8. It's not going to work out, man. It's not going to work out. So we got to be better on converting on third downs. We're just not great. We're not great. And is Shakir playing? Shakir is absolutely playing. He is ready to go. Here's another thing about Khalil Shakir. Although we get Khalil Shakir back, what percentage are we getting Khalil Shakir back at? Like, is he just a decoy? If he is a decoy, fine. But the fact that he is going to be getting some playing time, like, I love it, because he's going to gut it out, and him and Josh are going to do that. They're going to shoot him up with whatever and numb the pain. But, like, how much of Khalil Shakir will we have that can get downfield, stop on a dime, and come back to the ball? Like, there's a lot of those things that's going to be playing a big part in this, right? So we'll see. And that's another thing too. Samuel has struggled with a toe injury himself. So we just got a whole bunch of banged up guys. But here's the thing. We knew that Curtis Samuel was a guy that is, I don't want to use the term injury prone, but he's been someone that injuries have been attached to his name. And that's why we got him on the low, if you will. But $8 million a year is quite a bit. The fact of the matter is this. He's gutting it out. Khalil gutting it out. Bro, it's gonna be one of those things where Josh is gonna have to will. Everybody's been talking about, break the glass in case of emergency. Is this one of those games where it's an emergency? Do we need Josh to break the glass and be that guy? Or does he remain calm and cool? This is a massive game for these Bills. It's a win. We need this win. 1,000%. So, Bryson, Ray Davis takeover, 2 TDs, 100 all-purpose yards. Bro, I'll take that, man. I'll take that. Pete says, Torrance was a stud last season. Yeah, that's last season, baby. What's he doing this season? I'm going to tell you right now, man. He continues to struggle. And they see that this is causing offense to stutter and to sputter. If moves have to be made, it'll be interesting to see what takes place, how they shuffle the line here. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But I don't want that to happen. I want Torrance to get it together. We drafted him with a second-round pick. Get it together. Now, there are other things that are factoring in this game. A lot of stuff that are factoring in this game. And I think that's going to play a big part. Let me get my guy, Cody Benz, here. Salute to my guy, Cody Benz. What's up, baby? He goes, no Cook. These receivers need to know that this is it. Because no replacements are on the way. They're not one call away. Rico, hope is all good, bro. Love, man. Love to you, my guy. You're not working tonight, so you're good. Oh, yeah, you are working tonight. So you're probably at work right now. Anyway, here's the thing. Here's another thing that plays a big part in this game. If the Bills come out and struggle mightily, we cannot move the ball. We can't run the ball. We can't throw the ball. The offense is getting manhandled. And it's a very possibility that this happens. What do you do now with the trade deadline around the corner? Does this heighten and accelerate your reason to go and get someone? Does that make you now overpay to go and get a Davante Adams. Davante Adams would probably most likely want to play with his old pal Aaron Rodgers. But do you want to play with someone that's 40 years of age, right? So let's just say the Jets do win. So we lose out on Davante. He probably goes to the Jets. We've got to still make a move if our offense doesn't play well. So this is a message clear to the receivers. Fam, a lot of y'all got to step up. A lot of y'all got to step up, because if you don't, you're now forcing Brandon Beane to make changes. Like, where the heck is Valdez-Scantling? Like, where you at, man? I know those opportunities are slim, but fam, you got a banged up Curtis Samuel. You got a banged up Khalil Shakir. This is where you have to step up. Run your route crisp. Get into your breaks, man. Josh Allen has to see you. Mac Hollins. Like, all these guys got to step their game up heavily. So here's where we are. Because if they don't, now Brandon Beane's got to make a decision. He's got to make a decision. He will make a decision if he wants to salvage this season. And it sounds crazy because I'm like, oh, Bill, we're only 3-3. No, we're on a 3-game losing skid. 3-game losing skid. And the more you lose, the more you get exposed with certain things that can't get fixed. It's what it is, man. And right now, teams are running left, right, set, like they can run all over us, man. And it's very clear with where we rank defending the run. So this game, there's a lot riding on this game as to what direction, you know what I mean, Brandon Beane will be forced to go. We win this game, and the guys that need to step up and to do what they do, it gives us promise. It gives us we're going somewhere. It gives us some hope that, okay, maybe we'll be all right. It was just a bad 2-game skid. But if it's the opposite, man, all hell's going to break loose. Because now you're going to start questioning everything. Question everything. And it will be fair. It'll be absolutely fair to question everything. You'll question the head coach. You'll question the offensive coordinator. You'll question the defensive coordinator. You'll question the GM. Bro, this is a must-win for the Bills. This is a must-win. And tag on top that I can't stand the Jets, we got to win this thing. We got to win this thing. All that gum that Deion Dawkins been bumping these last few years, bro, this is your opportunity. If you hate them that much, yo, bury him in the dirt. This is a rivalry game, folks. We got to make it work. We got to make it work. Brock Campbell says, yo, game time, Rico. Let's go Buffalo, man. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you, we need this, man. We need this win. My man Cody Ben says, yo, I hope we don't get a receiver after this because that means we lost. Well, sometimes you got to take that L in order for you to kind of make some moves and better this team. Because let's just say we win, it only masks what we need. Furthermore, I'd rather us, obviously I'd want us to win this game and still go out and try to shop to see what we got. But it all depends on how Joe Brady decides to use this. Because that's, to me, Josh Allen's going to be Josh Allen. But the key to this game is freaking Joe Brady. I'm not worried about McDermott. McDermott already knows what time it is, man. He'll get that defense rolling. He'll get that defense doing what they need to do. We got some good guys. Christian Bedford. We got Rasul Douglas. You know what I mean? Taylor Rapp comes back. Just don't hurt our guys. Taylor Rapp, for crying out loud, blowing like a missile, but we need that physicality. Taylor Rapp is physical. So we need that element. Dorian Williams, absolute dog. We need that. Terrell Bernard, brilliant on the field. So we got healthy at the right time. Teron Johnson, let's go. So defensively, we're going to be all right. We got healthy at the right time. We're looking at the offensive side of the ball. Offensive side of the ball is what's going to, we got to create something. We got to create something. All this talk is great. But if you get punched in the mouth like you did against the Ravens and you can never recover, you sitting there holding your mouth like that dude that got his chain snatched in Friday, bro, you're going to sit there and I ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? I'm going to just tuck my chain in. I'm going to just tuck that shit in right now. I'm going to just tuck that thing in. Nah, bro. Do not let the Jets come in and snatch your chain like Debo. You can't. I'm just going to tuck it in. I'm going to tuck it in. Fam, you can't do that. The Jets, on their home turf, they're going to sit there and be like, yo, run that chain. They're going to try to check your chain, bro. And that chain is for the first place lead in the AFC East. Run me that chain. My boy Red was like, man, I'm good, bro. I ain't good. Man, you better tuck your stuff in because Debo coming. No, I'm good, man. And run your chain, fool. My mama gave me that. Nah, bro. There ain't no my mama did nothing. You got to protect what is yours. And that what's yours is right now is the lead in the AFC. And you gotta push it, extend it. Don't get your chain snatched, Bills. Don't get your chain snatched. We can't have that. We cannot. I had to go there, man. I really had to go there. Yo, my man Nick says, yo, see what I mean when I said Unc? You stupid, man. If you don't know Friday, man, you too young, bro. You too young. But real talk, let me get back. Let me jokes aside. Jokes aside. This is one of those games where you can't get punched in the mouth. Because that's exactly what the Ravens did to us. They punched us in the mouth and we could not recover. I mean, the Texans almost did that to us too. Nico Collins down the field with a straight bomb. We almost didn't recover from that, man. We had to really get some defensive stops going in order for us to even get back in the game. What if the defense doesn't get those shots? You better come with it today. Listen, Bills fans, bro, these Bills better come ready to play, man. You better be pissed off that you guys are 0-2 in the last 2 games. You better be pissed off. I want to be able to take shots with my guy P Money. I want to be able to take shots with my guy P Money. But how you want to, listen, man. This is a big game, man. And now this is where I got to try to hype myself up. I got to hype myself up for the game. Because right now I'm not hyped. I'm indifferent. I'm very indifferent with how this game could play out and will play out. I don't like the feeling whatsoever. I every time I watch my Bills go into it, is there a sense of nerves? Yes, absolutely. But I always have a good feeling. Why? Because I got 17. 17 is my guy, but the last couple of weeks, 17 ain't looking like 17. He ain't been looking like 17. But he can't look like 17 if his cast members ain't doing what they're supposed to do. So now he's going to feel like he has to do it upon himself. It's an 11-man game. 1-11. Everybody's got to do their job from the O-line to touch a man. Put your hands on somebody and pop in the mouth. Let's go. And now Josh has time. He will deliver. You give 17 no time. Now you got a broken play. We can't just live off of broken plays. We can't. We cannot live off of broken plays. Roll right. Why he's get deep. We can't live off of that, man. We can't. So we'll see. We'll see how that all shakes out today. This is a big game, and we'll see these next couple weeks how things roll out. How things roll out. By the way, Valdez says, yo, happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadians. Yo, big happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadians out there. I had myself my dinner last night. I think it was the best turkey I've ever done. The best turkey I've ever done. I brined it overnight. I'm usually a dry brine guy, but I did a wet brine with just the right concoction and seasoned that bee. And before I seasoned it, you rub that turkey with butter all over the place, even under the skin. Bro, killed it. Even my kids were like, yo, best turkey ever, Dad. You damn right. So, yo, don't let my turkey go in vain, right? We had a great turkey dinner yesterday. I had time to kind of, digest and feel good. Yo, let's get a dub today, man. Let my week go down proper because I'm going to be on the road again. I'm going to be on the road again. I don't want to have to be on the road thinking about what this and what that and what kind of show I'm going to have. I want to be able to have the show tomorrow on Tuesday and say, yo, we did that. We killed that. Ain't nobody trying to be in a situation where we're saying, yo, what do we do now? What do we do now? Who do we go get? You want to have those conversations? How do we fix this offense? Bro, I'm sick. I don't want to have those type of conversations, man. We are where we are right now. Know where your strengths are, Joe Brady, because that's who I'm on his ass, man. Joe Brady, I'm on your ass, my G. Know your strengths. Know who does what. Kincaid is a smooth route runner. He can get separations. Find the freaking mismatch and get him in it. Find it. Keon Coleman. You know he's not a speedster, but he can get separation. If it's a back shoulder that you got to work on, fine. Put him on a slant. Put him in the slot. Put him up against a small DB, man. Use him to his, he's 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Find the strengths for these freaking guys, man. And if you can't, shoot. Then I guess you're gonna have to, you know what I mean, go 12 personnel. Hey, what's up, Krista? Salute to my lady, Krista. What's going on, girl? I'm telling you. By the way, Dad did kill it. Crushed it. That turkey was magnifico. Magnifico. Anyway, you got me in my Italian accent. Not even close to it. So that being said, folks, before we get out of here, the game's about to start. We got to win this freaking game. Point blank, period. I'm not doing no score predictions. I just want to freaking win. I want to win. I don't really care how I get it. I want that win, but I want the offense to look like we did something these last 6 days to improve and to figure out our issues and our deficiencies, and we look like a freaking football team and not some bum-ass team that doesn't know what we're doing. We can't have 3 games straight of bullshit on offense. I'm sorry. I didn't want to cuss, but we can't have 3 straight games of some BS. I ain't ready. I'm not ready for that, man. Before we got Josh Allen, I was dealing with that for years. Oh, BS football, BS coaching, BS quarterbacking, BS defense, BS offense. We couldn't do diddly squat. Now we actually have something. We've lost a couple pieces. Yo, re-up. You got 17, man. 17, step your game up, man. At the end of the day, Joe Brady can call plays, but you got to execute. You're the one that's got to make your teammates better. It has to be. We always talk about playmakers, guys that make their players better. Kobe always made his players better. I mean, he made this player better. Jordan made his player better. LeBron makes his players better. You got to be the LeBron on your squad. Scrub or not, find out what they do best and figure it out. And that's on Josh. You're the one handling the football, my guy. You got to find a way. You got to find a way. It's that simple. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. I ain't doing no score prediction. Bold take all you want. I need a win. I need a freaking win. And if it needs to be a statement win, I need a statement win tonight. Make it happen. No score, no hot takes, no nothing, man. It's my defense versus your offense. We got to dominate y'all. It's my offense versus your defense, and we got to make plays in order to get this dub. I can't stand the Jets. Can't stand them. I need that win tonight. Here we go. That's my time. Get the freaking win. That's all I'm going to say. Now I got to go calm my ass down. Get ready for this game. Smash that like if you know what's good for you. If you didn't follow, shame on you. Follow the freaking channel. I don't know what you waiting on. Follow the channel. And then join us for the post game, and we go at it like that. By the way, I'm doing a post game for Bleacher Report first, and then I'm gonna jump on afterwards. So stay tuned. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the Rico and Bot show, but Bot couldn't make it, so it became the Rico Report. So let's mother effing go. I'm sick of this shit, man. I don't like the Jets. Bury these boys, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Let's go, Bills. Let's get this dub. Peace. Let's go. We know where we stand on a power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments hating. We block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him. He the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic.